All right, let's get started. One, we got some information in the comment section. Be sure to check that out and take notes on that. We want to talk about auto and homeowners tonight. Um, an auto policy, it can be structured in many ways. One, it can be just liability only, which covers the other person's vehicle when you're in the wreck. It can be liability and uninsured motorists. The uninsured motorist would help cover fixing your vehicle most of the time. And then basically the insurance company goes after the other guy to get their money back. It can be full coverage, which really there's no thing as full coverage. It's comprehensive and collision. You usually specify your deductible there. Um, you can have roadside assistance. Auto policies can cover like a car, an SUV, a truck, or that can be a motorcycle policy, which is a special type of policy. And there's several different types of motorcycles out there. So it can be any one of those types of motorcycles. Um, it can be an RV policy, an ATV policy. We mentioned roadside assistance. That's a policy that you can get that covers these. It can be a commercial auto policy. Commercial auto covers vehicles owned by a commercial entity. So this is very important to realize when you say auto policy for an insurance agent or broker, they're thinking about what they can cover. They know that it represents all of these, but they know what they can cover and what they can't. And so basically, they're looking and moving for what they can cover and what they can't cover. We at Ken's Insurance Agency strive to be able to cover all of these policies. So feel free to contact us. We will be willing to look at it and see what we can do. For the most accurate quote, most insurance companies require you to turn over at least your driver's license and the VIN number to any and all vehicles being covered. The reason for this is that it allows us to run all of our reports, check, and be sure that they are complete, correct, and that the vehicle is insurable and at what levels it's insurable at. Because sometimes, like a vehicle has been redone from salvage, and some companies won't cover that. Other companies will, but they will only cover it at a certain level. So you have to be aware of this. And that's the same way with homes. Whether you own a home, rent a home, or you got a condo, which with a condo, you can own the condo or you can rent the condo. These are different types of homeowner policies. So when you say homeowners, like to me, I'm like, are you talking about where you own the home or are buying the home? Or are you talking about where you rent the home? Or are you talking about a condo that you own or rent? And from there, basically, I start the process of processing the application to see basically what the rate is going to be. Once I get the rate, I'll let you know the rate. From that point, it's a matter of basically answering a handful of questions, processing the payment, and then your policy is pretty much active within the next couple of days. So it can be a pretty fast process. We at Ken's Insurance Agency say give us up to 72 hours to come back with a quote because we represent tons of companies. These companies, they may come back faster, they may not. Generally, we have all quotes within a couple hours to a day, but we ask that you give us up to 72 hours. And it's the same with commercial. We ask for 72 hours on our commercial lines also. But if we get enough quotes back before the 72 hours is up, we will contact you and give you a list of the quotes that we got and see if you want to move forward with them or if you want to wait and see if some more come in. You can, with an auto policy, have special coverage for like a special radio that you put in to it, like if you beef up the radio system in your car and stuff. Homeowners, if you got jewelry inside, you run a business out of your home, you run a daycare out of your home, you run a school out of your home. Basically, there are many things that we can ask in a homeowner's policy and even in a renter's policy to determine the right level of coverage that is needed so you have the right amount of protection. And the agent is responsible for asking the questions to make sure that he gets the right level of coverage for you. Now, it's your choice to take that level of coverage or to want to go less than that level of coverage. But remember, the state minimums are there because that's the least amount that the state law will let us write. But that's not the best protection for you. The state minimums, although they're the lowest and they can be the cheapest, if you hit like a Mercedes Benz or somebody falls at your property and gets hurt, you can be sued for what your policy doesn't pay, and you'll be expected to pay that. So that's the downside. Also, an umbrella policy can allow you to lower your liabilities and stuff and then have extra coverage. That's another little policy that you can have that's great. It lets you basically save on your auto and your homeowners and basically have extra coverage for all your personal items, as well as to basically extend the coverage of your auto and homeowners. We don't really recommend cutting them too low, but we can cut them a little bit possibly. The other thing we recommend is having prepaid legal. With prepaid legal, for the auto side, you can get your tickets taken care of. If you're getting arrested for some reason, you can have an attorney there to take care of you. Most of the time, because you're getting arrested, it's going to be at a 25% discount, where the ticket may be able to be taken care of at no additional cost. For a homeowner, if you're buying your home, getting the documents reviewed, also with a homeowner, with an auto policy, if you're buying a car, getting the loan documents for the auto reviewed, that's up to 15 pages. Also, if you're having a problem with your homeowners association, then basically your law firm can call and try to work that out, especially if the homeowners association is going against what you signed up for. So these are some things. Also, one thing to remember about an auto policy, most auto policies only cover up to $500 and only covers things like suitcases and luggage and clothes. So if you have a computer in there, they're not going to cover that. If you have your boom box that you take in and out of your car and stuff for parties at the beach and stuff, they're not going to cover that. So that's where your homeowners comes in, is it extends the coverage to where basically anything over that $500 limit and anything that's not covered under the auto policy will be covered by the homeowners as far as personal items. Now, your auto policy needs to have where basically if a person's injured, that that person's medical bills are taken care of. Same way with the homeowners, you need to have medical coverage with it. Homeowners is going to have a liability. The liability is usually to fix it if it's damaged in like wind and hail or storm. Also, if it burns down, it's meant to replace the structure. So those kind of things, and it's basically calculated for that. Some companies rate by the family. So basically, if you got 4 people living with you, then all 4 people have to be on the same policy. Some rate by the car. So basically, if you have 4 people living with you and 4 cars, then each car is individually insured and not the family member. So it can be very difficult to understand. You got to know the ins and outs, and Ken's insurance agency does know how some of these companies operate so that he can help advise you and help you know. So that gives you some information. The prepaid legal will help in more instances, even with homeowners and stuff. It's very good to have. We also recommend that real estate agents and stuff look at it to have as far as for them, as well as become associates with us, because the plus is they can offer it to their clients, and it's in their client's best interest. And it lets them make a little bit of side money. It's not a competing product. It lets you make sure everything's legal, everything's lined up, that there's nothing out of whack that's going to end up causing the contract to become void in the future. So it's always a good thing. So we highly recommend it. We highly recommend that insurance agents, loan officers get with us and go over the different ways that it can help. We can actually show you the different ways it can help within about 30 minutes to an hour and have you signed up if you want to be a member and an associate. We're going to close out with that. Remember, check our website, kensinsuranceagency.net, and our phone number is 662-292-6271. We look forward to having you. Call us and come by. And we look forward to talking to you. Have a nice day, and be careful out there.